Morning.
All right, the Warren County Fiscal Court, Friday, August 12th, 2022 is now called to order. I'd like to welcome all of you here. Appreciate you being here with us today in person or on Zoom. And I'd like to welcome Esquire Mark Young, who will lead us in the prayer and lead us in the pledge immediately following. Esquire Young.
Please bow with me. God, we thank you so much for this opportunity we have to be here this morning for another day of life, for the opportunity that we have this morning to conduct the business of the county. God, we pray that everything we do here this morning will be for the benefit of the citizens of Warren County, and we just pray for guidance. God, we are fortunate to live in a county such as this, the great state of Kentucky. We're so blessed. We know there are people right now suffering in our state, and we pray that you be with the flood victims, that they might receive the help that they need to get their lives back together. God, we're just so appreciative of the opportunities that we have in this county, and we pray that we'll continue to prosper. We thank you so much for this blessing. God, we understand all things come from your hand. We thank you so much for your Son, for his willingness to die for us. And it's in his name that we ask this prayer. Amen.
Amen.
Place the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
He's good.
All righty, please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Here.
Esquire Young.
Here.
Esquire Payne.
Here.
Esquire Cummings.
Here.
Esquire Gorman.
Here.
Esquire McWhorter.
Here.
Need to approve the minutes of the fiscal court meeting of July 26, 2022. Motion by Esquire Cummings, second by Esquire Young. Discussion or questions, additions or corrections? Being none, please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Need to approve the work schedule for the Warren County Road Department. Motion by Esquire McWhorter, second by Esquire Young. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire
Yes,
McWhorter.
ma'am.
And next, we need to approve personnel changes for Warren County. Motion by Esquire Gorman, second by Esquire Lawrence. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Item number 7 is to approve resolution number 2227, a resolution of the Fiscal Court of Warren County, Kentucky, encouraging and inducing Owens Brockway Glass Container, Inc., its affiliates, successors and/or assigns, to proceed with the acquisition, development, construction, and operation of an industrial building by agreeing to undertake the issuance of industrial building revenue bonds in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $239,330,000, issued in one or more series and/or denominations, agreeing to a memorandum of agreement lease and a payment in lieu of taxes agreement, subject to final approval of an incentive package provided by the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and agreeing to take such other action as necessary or required to authorize the issuance of the bonds. This may be the shortest heading that Mr. Johnson has ever provided for us, but
Motion.
We have a motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Cummings, and I can barely hear Mr. Johnson on here.
Which is great.
Before we vote, do you have anything that you can add, Mr. Johnson? Did everyone hear that? Okay, we have a couple of old guys here on the court that couldn't hear you, Mr. Johnson. Basically, what he said though is, this is something that is actually wrong with your volume. It's like you're talking from 100 miles away, and your video is a little bit cloudy, which is probably a good thing. But just so you know what he said. To summarize, he said that this is an industrial revenue bond underwritten by the strength of the company alone, and that the city, the county, and the taxpayers have no obligation to this whatsoever. We're simply a conduit for this industrial revenue bond. Is that pretty much it, Mr. Johnson? Okay. All right. Everyone got that? We have a motion and a second. Do we have any questions of Mr. Johnson, or Ms. Rosansky is also in the room? If you have any questions, you all are already familiar with who this company is. This is one of the highest paying companies we have as far as the hourly wage and compensation packages, so we're very proud to get them. It's 140 new jobs, and it's a very substantial company, so we're proud to act as the conduit for this bond issue. If there's no questions or comments, please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now, thank you very much, Gil. Appreciate you being with us. All right. Okay. We have a fairly lengthy agenda here, so if you all allow me to be a little bit flexible on the order. Jason Keller with Spectrum Charter is on the line, and he may have some other people here with Charter, I'm not sure, but he's going to give us an update on the RDOF federal program, which is a lot of it's out in your area, Mark. So I hope, Jason, are you there? I hope your connection's a little bit better than Gil's. Still, hey, Chris, can you turn up his volume a little bit? Something's wrong with the volume coming in on.
I'm not getting any volume from Zoom.
You what?
I'm not getting any volume from Zoom.
You're not getting any volume in from him?
From Zoom.
From Zoom at all, nobody on Zoom.
Nobody's getting any volume from Zoom.
Well, I would, are you getting volume on your computer?
Yes.
I'm getting something, but it sounds like it's very loud.
Turn it up.
How do I turn it up? Yeah. You're supposed to. Here we go. Jason, what's your name again? Still not coming in. I was trying to get a volume test
We
here.
had a lot of computer problems
This morning. Yeah.
and this is one that we didn't know it was a problem until someone tried to speak on Zoom.
Okay.
So,
Perhaps, could he come next week?
Say that again.
Could he come next meeting maybe?
Or I'll tell you what, since this is a report and not an actual, would it help if he got on an audio call?
if we could put a phone next to a microphone here, that might work.
Let's see what we can do.
While we're working on that, do we want to?
Jason, can I call you on your cell phone? Okay, I'm gonna try that. You stay right where you are. I'm just gonna call you on your cell phone. This may get some feedback, but I'm not sure. I've had a lot of questions about where you are, and I'm glad your schedule permitted you to get on here. I'm sorry for our technical difficulties, but this always is something you can count on. If there's going to be this is Murphy's Law. Okay. Okay, it should be ringing in. We'll be able to maybe see you on this and hear you over there. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, Judge. Can you hear me?
I think, can you all hear a little bit better now? Okay, we're going to try this. It looks like it's going to work.
Okay. Well, I will tell you, Judge, I had hoped to be there in person today. That was my goal. I had a family issue come up that is keeping me in Lexington this morning, so I apologize for that. But I do appreciate the opportunity to be here and to talk with you, Judge, and the members of the court and the residents of Warren County about a project that we're very excited about and is moving fast now. We are in the process of what we believe is the largest rural broadband expansion in Kentucky's history. As part of this, we received a federal grant, as you know, last year that's going to allow us to build out to more than 30,000 homes and businesses across Kentucky that have no broadband service today at all. And we were also proud just last month to have received a grant from the Commonwealth of Kentucky that's going to allow us to build out to another nearly 20,000 homes across Kentucky that don't have any broadband. So that, in addition to a number of other things that we do on a regular basis, we're going to be bringing broadband to literally tens of thousands of new homes across Kentucky in the next 2 to 3 years, which we're very excited about. And we're excited that Warren County is a big part of that, because Warren County is actually one of the places where we started our Rural Digital Opportunity Fund. Judge, you mentioned the RDOF. That's the FCC program. Warren County is one of the places, the first places that we started this project. And so as part of that, we have in the southern part of the county, we've actually completed a build out of our fiber to the home network to approximately 436 homes in businesses there. That is all underground lines, and it's all fiber to the home. And we're deploying 1 gigabit service. Our baseline service that we offer to customers there is a 300 megabit service. So we're excited about that. We've got another 239 homes that are very close to being finalized. We've got a little railroad track issue that we have to navigate, but we are close to getting that hurdle out of the way, and we're going to have another 239 homes hooked up. We believe here in the next 2 to 3 months is the goal. From there, we also have another more than 1,500 homes that we are working with Warren Rural Electric Cooperative, and I'm proud to say that we were able to finally finalize a new pole attachment agreement with Warren, which is great. And we're looking forward to partnering with them and expanding service to another more than 1,500 homes. They are currently going through the make-ready process with Warren now, where we've done the design and we're going through the engineering process, the pole attachment permits that we have to have on each pole, an assessment of different poles that need to be replaced and so forth. So that's another 1,500 homes, and then we've got even another 300 homes on top of that we're planning to expand to, where we're going to be going underground. So in all, we are looking at approximately a little more than 2,500 homes. Once this project is all said and done, they're going to have fiber broadband service, gigabit service in rural areas of Warren County that don't have any service today. That is a significant expansion of even what we had anticipated in Warren County as part of this RDOF program. So it's growing, which is great. It's moving fast. We do expect our goal is to have the entire project finalized by the first half of next year. So that is the goal. And again, we're working closely with Warren Rural and other partners in the area to try to expand the service as quickly as we can. So, Judge, that's a really high level update of what is happening in terms of this construction project. And I'm happy to stop and take any questions from the court. And let me say that if there are any questions I can't answer, I will get to our operations people and get those answered for you very quickly. So thanks again for the opportunity to be here. I'm happy to take any questions.
All right. Thank you so much, Jason. Mr. Esquire Young?
Jason, I understand
Yes, sir.
you just said you expect this project to be completed by mid-year next year. Is that correct?
In the first half. We're going to go even sooner if we can. And if we can get it done in the first quarter of next year, that's what we're going to try to do. But the first half of next year is our goal to have the entire project completed.
Well, the reason I asked this question, I've had numerous phone calls from people that have called in here locally about getting service, and someone is telling them that y'all have 6 years to complete this project.
Nationwide.
And left these people with the impression that it was going to be that long before everything was done. So was that a correct statement or not?
So we do, as part of the rules of the RDOF fund, the RDOF program, there is a 6-year window to complete the project, but we're moving a lot faster than that in Warren County, and quite frankly, we're moving significantly faster than that across the entire project in Kentucky. Our goal at this time is to try to get the entire project done in Kentucky within the next couple of years. And as I mentioned, Warren County is actually one of the first places that we started this build out. So we're going to have this finished a lot quicker than that in Warren County, which we're proud of. The statement about us having from a regulatory requirement standpoint 6 years to complete it is accurate, but we're actually moving a lot faster than that in the county.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions from the court? Jason, I thank you very much, and I'm delighted to hear that you all have gotten through the bottlenecks that you all had here in Warren County, and that you've made so much progress. It's a great thing, and the fiber that's being connected through Warren Rural Electric, I think they said early in the next year too. And I'm going to ask you as a personal favor, like I asked them, if you could finish it up before December 31st of this year, I'd feel a whole lot better about the overall project.
I understand, Judge, and I've been reading some things about your future, and congratulations on that. But I certainly understand. I know our folks are moving very fast, and we're going to try to get as much of it done by the end of this year as we can, and we'll be sure to report back in before December 31st just how much we're able to have completed by then.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for being with us this morning.
You bet. Thank you, Judge. Again, appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. All righty. That's good news. We're happy to hear that. Happy to hear the comments from Warren Rural Electric. a couple of weeks ago, and this is, it will stop a lot of calls that I know all of you all are getting. It certainly has been a labor of love, but it's been an elusive challenge over the years to get fiber to the home throughout Warren County. It's been something I wasn't sure. There were times I was not certain that we were ever going to get it done, fiber all the way to the home. But anyway, it's going to be really good for all the citizens of Warren County, and it's going to be good for economic development, workforce development, and everything else, and for education. So we're excited about it, and thank you so much for being here with us, Jason. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I got it?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. One other thing I'd like to move, if it's okay with you guys. Mike Cowles is here with Aviation Heritage Park, and I think he came here just to look into their request for is number 58. I'd like to move number 58 up as a courtesy to Mr. Cowles. This is a ARPA grant. This is to grant approved grant agreement between Warren County and Aviation Heritage Park for $100,000, and this is funded through the ARPA federal grant allocation. We've already gotten approval through Compass and Stites and Harbison. This is probably the only, maybe the only 501c3 who's never asked for any help. But over the last two and a half years, they've experienced losses and shortening of revenue, as have the others, and it was certainly significant enough that the Stites and Harbison and Compass gave us a letter of allocation for it.
Motion.
We have a motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne, to approve the grant agreement between Warren County and Aviation Heritage Park for $100,000. And do I have any other questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, motion clear. Thank you.
Number 20.
That's what it's. The next item, which is very important to get through, because we have like the superintendent of the Bowling Green's independent school system here, Mr. Gary Fields. This is an extraordinary event, I believe, and extraordinarily important in light of the safety of the children of Bowling Green. And number 20 reads, approve the Bowling Green Independent School District School Resource Officer Agreement with the Warren County Sheriff's Office to provide 2 school resource officers for the Bowling Green Independent School District, and they will pay 100% of the costs associated with these 2 additional officers, including salary, insurance, FICA, cell phone, uniforms, vehicle, and expenses for fuel, for maintenance, conference trainings, and overtime. And that all sounds like a lot, and it is, but it's also a really good deal for them as well. The sheriff has worked hard to make sure that this does happen, and Is there anything you want to add to this, Sheriff or Mr. Fields?
Oh, go ahead, Gary, come on.
I just want to thank Mr. Fields in you know, the participation, the cooperation of everything, and looking for the safety of the children in light of, you know, legislative changes that came down and what they unfunded mandates. It left everybody kind of looking to how we were going to work on this, and so, you know, we started some conversations and some discussion on all this, and it's really going to work out well, because I can tell you the Warren County Public Schools and us have had such a long-standing relationship with our SRO program, and there's things that happen daily within the schools that we're able to deal with effectively and efficiently with the partnerships of them. And so basically just bringing all that under kind of the same auspice and umbrella, you know, instead of recreating something, we're able to just kind of add on a little bit. And the good thing is they're willing to pay for it 100%. So that it was really a no-brainer. I think all of us win when we work together in these partnerships. And so, you know, this isn't about discipline of the children, this is about building relationships. It gives us another opportunity just to build relationships with the children within the city schools. So really excited. So we've already got, like I say, Dominic Osella is going to be in the Bowling Green Junior High, and then Rebecca Robbins will be going around to the elementary school. So it's just going to be a really great thing, and so we really appreciate everything in this partnership. So thank you.
Okay. Mr. Fields, glad to have you here.
As I told you earlier, I've been your neighbor for 18 years, and you always say you work really hard, but I never see you really go to work much. So I figured I'd better come before he retired to see where he's always driving off to about, 10 a.m. My wife says that's about when he leaves. So, and also it's great to be here at a meeting on this side. I'm normally on that side, and your side's not as much fun, I know. We're really excited. Sheriff Hightower has done an outstanding job with the Sheriff's Department, and we've had a relationship for the last few years with the Bowling Green Police Department at Bowling Green High School. But one of the key pieces is, legislation allows sheriff's departments around the state to hire retirees. They give us a little break in cost. But also, to his credit, he probably gets tired of me saying this, but Sheriff Hightower, we have two professional, outstanding policing organizations in this community. We are really fortunate. And he's really done a great job, and I'm just so impressed with what he's done with the Sheriff's Department. And we're excited to have the two officers in our school buildings. In addition to that, though, we've added another mental health counselor. We have an agreement with Life Skills for mental health therapists in our building. School safety is just more than an SRO at the front door. And so I appreciate that. He understands that. I know Chief Delaney does with the city as well, but this is a great partnership. And I hope down the road, and we hope we get some funding from the state to help us, but even if not, I think down the road, we'd love to have an SRO at every one of our campuses. And I think that's a goal for Warren County schools as well as Bowling Green City schools. So thank you. We appreciate it. And this is an exciting time for our school district and our students and staff.
Thank you, Gary.
Can I make a motion?
We have a motion by Squire McWhorter to approve, and second by Squire Cummings. Discussion, questions?
I just want to make sure, so the city of Bowling Green is going to be covering the high school still? Is that the, yes, so we're just doing for middle school and then one to rotate through all the elementary? Okay, just want to make sure.
And Squire Gorman, just so you know, Mr. Fields is actually sitting there waiting for people to come by his house every morning. And it's because he does all of his work from home. Well, if then he gets done.
I don't.
But he has a good staff.
Yeah, I don't take
that
like
way,
so he never sees me, so it's fine.
You're gone before he wakes up.
All righty. No further questions. Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Okay. Item number 8, Nope, we're gonna move item number 8 down to under item number 13. Right now, we're going on to item number, let's go to 9,
10.
10, so we're gonna skip 9 as well and go to 8, 9, gotcha. All right. Item number 10 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2243, an ordinance relating to an exclusive franchise to collect, transport, and dispose of residential solid waste within the city of Bowling Green.
So moved. Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 11 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2244, an ordinance relating to a non-exclusive franchise to collect, transport, and dispose of residential solid waste within Warren County outside of the city limits of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Motion by Squire McWhorter. Second by Squire Payne. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Next item, item number 12, is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2245, an ordinance relating to a non-exclusive franchise to collect, transport, and dispose of commercial and industrial solid waste within Warren County, Kentucky. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 13, approve second and final reading of ordinance 2246, an ordinance relating to the franchise to collect, transport, and resale or reuse of residential recyclable materials within Warren County.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll go back to number 8 at this time, and that's to approve recommendation from Solid Waste Committee regarding proposal received from Waste Management of Kentucky, LLC, to collect, transport, and dispose of commercial and industrial solid waste within Warren County, Kentucky. That's outside of the city of Bowling Green. No, is that?
That's within, it's all.
That's all of Warren County.
Solid waste in Warren County.
Right, okay. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 9 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2253, an ordinance amending ordinance 2245 relating to non-exclusive franchises to collect, transport, and dispose of commercial and industrial solid waste within Warren County, Kentucky. Motion by Squire Payne, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, if there are no objections at this time, I'd like to call on Scott Waste, and do you want, Stan, do you need to? I'll let you guys do it, and then we'll call Mr. Reagan up if we need to. And if you would, please, I know we were introduced to you guys earlier, but if you don't mind stating your name for the record, and the floor is yours.
My name is Drew Marr. I'm the new district manager here in Warren County for Scott Waste.
All right.
Sam Upperman, site manager for Scott Waste.
So, you know, we appreciate you all having us here this morning, Judge, magistrates. You have a presentation that we put in front of you. This gentleman next to me is going to be the site manager here, the day-to-day operations running these. Bowling Green, the new curbside automated side load rollout. He's going to go through that presentation and hopefully answer most of the questions that you may have of how we're going to go about relaying the information and, you know, really doing a good job of getting the service back to what it was before and just giving Warren County and Scott Waste something to be proud of.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
We'll hop right into this. Once again, Drew and I really excited about being here. We're grateful for the opportunity. We consider it a privilege to be able to operate and work here in Warren County. So the importance of this rollout, A1, is to reduce the cost for the community. It's going to streamline some efficiency. We're going to be upgrading the way we service and automating it as we go through. So some important dates. August 29th, we will have our third-party contractor, Rearig Pacific, be deploying an assembly and delivery team here in Warren County. They're going to be pushing out close to 7,500 carts to the customers in Bowling Green that don't already have the Scott Waste Services cart, as you can see over here. They look to finish that right around September 9th, and then we're going to jump into curbside service where you'll see our automated trucks on September 12th coming through the neighborhoods. So the benefits of this upgrade, once again, it's cost savings for the community. We're also going to be utilizing a lot more digital media platforms. So we'll have social media such as YouTube, Facebook. We're also going to be rolling out our Waste Connect app, which we're having, you know, a pretty high success rate of getting people on board for that. So it's going to streamline information right to the palms of the resident's hand. That way they're not having to call in as much. That they'll have that information right there. Once again, we're going to be pushing out these 96-gallon carts, as you see to the left of me, the right of the room here. Again, some more benefits: only one operator per truck in these automated side loads or ASLs, which means there's going to be less trucks on the road. We're going to be able to pick up more per truck, so we're going to be reducing some risk out there, especially during some peak traffic times in the community. And then once again, we're going to be modernizing the way we service. It's going to be a more uniform and clean look around the community. Everybody's going to have the same cart, so it's really going to kind of clean things up. Some updates for the residents themselves at the household. So the cans will need to be placed curbside the night before pickup day. We're no longer going to be dumping these carts by hand. So we're going to need to make sure the residents understand that we got to have these carts 3 feet away from all objects. The arm's going to come out and grab them, lift it. To reduce, you know, risk of damage, we need to have a little bit of space for these arms to work. And again, we're going to continue working bulk and yard waste within the city as well, weekly collection.
Cool.
We understand that some customers are not going to be able to roll their cart towards the curb. If that is the case, we'll work with them. Backdoor service will still be available for the physically unable residents. We have a form at Scott Waste, so we're going to be posting on all of our media platforms on how to obtain that form. Once again, we will disapprove those on a case-by-case basis, and we'll provide that information to Stan Reagan and Josh Moore as needed. So what you're seeing here, it's the last page in that booklet we've attached there. So this is going to be what we're hanging on every single cart that we deliver. This is the front, has the important updates there. It also has our QR code that'll link directly to our website and our Waste Connect app where they can get that information streamlined to them. This is the back side of that flyer. This is, again, to talk about how to make space between the cart. Kind of gives you the guidelines on the residential side on how to bring it to the curb. 18 inches from the curb, 3 feet away from everything, nothing under wires or tree limbs to, again, reduce any risk of damage. For customers using their personal cans, again, September 12th will be the first day that we roll out, so we're going to have to move over to the Scott Waste provided carts. That way we can utilize our ASL hydraulic arm to successfully streamline this, make it a cleaner process, if you will. All right. And then again, there's a flyer in your booklet as well. This is how we're pushing people to our Waste Connect application on their phones. Again, streamlined service information, any updates that might be applicable. We're able to push this out into certain zones, certain pickup days, all that. So it's really going to be customer specific as far as where they live. Again, we're starting a YouTube channel. We've just partnered with Crowd South, and we shot kind of an informational video last week, and that should be coming soon. We're going to have the link to that on all of our media platforms as well. So if customers have any questions, not only will we work with them, but there's going to be an informational video on all of our websites to be able to click it, watch it, and answer a lot of it. So it really demonstrates the process. We're also going to be doing media releases, with the partnership of Warren County. We're going to get on the radio, and we're going to be trying to communicate as much as possible to the residents and let them know what the change is coming. So ongoing communication. I know Drew and I have been working hard the last month since we've touched down here in Bowling Green to kind of bridge that gap of communication. Moving forward, we plan on continuing that. We'll be sending monthly reports to Stan and Josh of any service issues, unresolved issues, any communications we're getting. We'll be very transparent, open with that. And then I'll also be available at all the fiscal court meetings, almost all of them, all the ones I can come to for any questions or updates that you may have. And then just to kind of demonstrate that we're moving in the right direction here, within the past 7 days, we've had our 4 ASLs touch down at our yard there on Adamson, and also our new grapple or brush truck. So that's going to give us the capacity of 3 brush trucks to service Warren County and Bowling Green. And then again, just kind of a visual of what the new trucks will look like.
Cool.
Once again, we appreciate the opportunity. We look forward to continuing this service and kind of building this relationship back. And we're willing to answer any questions that you may have.
Gentlemen, do you have any questions? Mr. Gorman?
Well, Judge, just want to say, I think we've seen a significant difference in the last 2 weeks as we're rolling this out. Sam and Drew, appreciate the hard work. We have a service we have to provide, and we are constitutionally obligated to pick up waste. And so it's a pretty simple thing, but it just has to be done. But I appreciate the effort so far, and we're looking forward to continuing that so we can provide the best service possible. And also appreciate the, in times like this as well, being able to have a cost savings to the end user, which is important as well.
I do have one question. I saw your diagram earlier, and in the city, we've got sidewalks many places, and 18 inches is much, closer than what the sidewalk would actually be. So would the trash can go just on the inside of the sidewalk so that people could still utilize the sidewalk with their wheelchairs, their pedestrian travel, or whatever, or would it have to be out within 18 inches of the curb, which would actually be blocking the sidewalk?
In most scenarios, it'll be on the street side of the sidewalk. We don't want to impede anybody's ability to utilize that sidewalk, put them in the road. So there are going to be certain cases where we'll have to look at, but most of the time it's going to be on the street, just within 18 inches.
The video that we made with Crowd South, we made sure that we had a sidewalk and demonstrated where that was supposed to be.
Well, I was just noticing that fairly regularly that it'll end up, my dumpster ends up in the sidewalk. But like in front of my house, there's only about that much room in between the sidewalk and the curb and the road. So I didn't know, what we were doing in those circumstances.
Yeah, most of the time it'll just be right on the street, the wheels kind of touching the curb in that area. If there is a grassy patch, absolutely you can set it in that. But most of the time it's street side, right on that curb. There will be some instances where we'll have to look at.
I have one thing. You touched on it, and something I believe is the most important piece of what we're doing here is the communication and education factor of this whole thing, because nobody likes change. They just don't. So the education part of this, I think, is going to be ultimately critical for the people, and there are some people who've had their own trash cans for 30 years, and having that transition is going to be important. I would also maybe suggest maybe some public meetings that might take place, but I want to encourage you. That's, in my opinion, the most important part of this whole transition is communicating with the citizens themselves to make them understand how this is going to work and how this is going to be better. So.
Absolutely.
Like they said, the last 2 weeks have been a pleasant change. We've gotten more positive remarks, but the transition, like Ron said, is going to be difficult for the first couple of weeks, maybe the first month or so. And I'm sure you guys will do a great job of communicating. It's certainly important because they're going to, it's amazing as you drive down the street, you can find all kinds of reasons why this won't work from one to another. You know, one in every couple of blocks. But I'm not sure how you're handling all the alleyway pickups, but I know there's some tight spaces in some of those alleyway pickups. And I know you've got to figure it out, and I wish you luck, and we'll try to pass on all of our calls that we get this first couple of weeks in, or I guess it's mid-September.
Well, we want you to work as little as possible.
That's right.
No, we're excited about this, though. I think it's probably something we should have done years ago.
Yeah.
But there will be some transitional aggravations with it, and you all already know that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Steve, we look forward to building a strong relationship with you.
Yeah, Stephen Follett with Scott Waste Services. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. We know we stumped our toe a little bit. I know these gentlemen are committed, our staff, you know, all of our drivers, to making sure that we have a smooth rollout. You know, working on these media platforms, making sure that we're contacting all the residents through that mail piece, through the hangar, like these guys said. And we do have one new rear loader that's coming in that Sam will be utilizing in some of those tight spots in those alleyways to make sure that we can service those customers. So
good.
Sam has personally done this rollout twice in other backdoor communities that went curbside. And there is some friction, but those pieces he talked about communicating with really streamlines it, and we will work with those customers as we get calls and go out and help them, show them, you know, Doug and Trey and these guys, to show them where to place that can in those instances so we can make sure that service happens. So thank you very much. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Well, I don't want to blow his head up, but having Doug Hicks back in the mixture will be helpful because he understands Warren County as well as anybody does.
He does, and that you just assured me I have to buy him lunch for the next month.
All right. We're going to move on to item number 15 now. 14, excuse me, yeah. Approve second and final reading of ordinance 2239, rezoning property located at 0 Collett Road from residential estate to single-family residential containing approximately 1.54 plus or minus acres and presently owned by Motley Trading Company, LLC.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 15 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2240 establishing Bale Twine Court located in Stewart Farm subdivision as a county road and authorizing maintenance thereon and setting speed limits thereon. There's motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 16 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2241, rezoning property located at 158 and 303 Clearfork Church Spur Road from agriculture to residential estate and rural residential containing approximately 4.571 plus or minus acres and presently owned by Clearfork Baptist Church. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne. Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 17 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2242, rezoning property located at 0247-385 Plano Road from agriculture to multifamily residential and office and professional commercial, containing approximately 43.12 plus or minus acres and presently owned by Catherine Deemer, Patricia Chandler, and B&S Enterprises, LLC.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Gorman, and who is this over here? Second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 18 is to approve the fourth quarter financial report for the Hadley Volunteer Fire Department. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 19 is simply to make part of the record the certification of equalized assessment for the Office of Property Valuation. If there's no objections, that's hereby ordered to be entered into the record. Item number 21, we've already done 20, and item number 21 is to approve termination in the amount of $5,684 to Donna Rose Company, Donna Rose Company, Inc. for fiscal court order books and ordinance books. This is single source provider. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 22 is to approve the 2021 franchise settlement for the Warren County Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office collected $2,252,767.93 in franchise funds for the 2021 year. It's a motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Young. Discussion or questions? Let's call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 23 is to grant Judge Executive authority to sign inspection and maintenance agreement for private stormwater management quality, water quality units. Motion by Squire Payne.
Second.
Second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman. Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 24 is to approve the termination in the amount of $219,124 to Hobby Dye and Reed, Inc. for the purchase of 2 Kubota mowing tractors with implements. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 25 is to approve lowest and best bid for 2022 illegal open dump cleanup totaling $56,884.07. B&J transfer is $11,657.06. Blaine and Associates, $20,693.01. MY Projects LLC is $24,534, and this is funded by the state. 75% and 25% is our local match. I have a motion to approve by Squire Payne, second. Squire Lawrence. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Item number 26 is to grant Judge Executive authority to sign contract with the Commonwealth of Kentucky Help America Vote Act of 2002 for reimbursement of the purchase of voting equipment in the amount of $202,421. Motion by Squire Young. Second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Next item is to approve the determination in the amount of $3,522 to Dell for a laptop computer for the Administrative Office of Warren County Parks Department. This is Dell Master Contract Number 758-1700000776. Motion by Squire Payne, second by Squire Lawrence. Questions or discussion?
Yeah, I have one. I'm just
All right.
curious, Bill's, I mean, he's not here. Chris, is he outside?
Chris is out in the hallway, I think.
I'm just
with the
curious, I
judge.
mean, $3,600, $3,500 for a computer, I'm just curious why is it high as it is? I mean, it's, I buy computers all the time and I don't spend near that much for a laptop. Is there something on it that
No, I understand.
makes it that high?
No, it's a good question. I think that you can buy a cheaper computer. I'm sure it must be for the specific functions.
So, he's not available. I mean,
He's not out there? What?
He went down with the Scott Waste guys, talked about everything.
Okay.
He's not up there.
Let's move over this. We'll continue this. Do we have a motion and second?
We do.
Okay. Unless y'all want to go ahead and take action on this, who made the motion second?
Payne and Lawrence.
Payne and Lawrence. Satisfactory with you all if we move on to another item and come back to this when
That'd be perfectly fine.
Chris comes back? Okay, all right. We're going to go ahead and item number 28 is grant authority for Public Works Division of Environmental Planning and Assistance to apply for Kentucky Illegal Open Dump Grant for 2023 and authorize Judge Executive to sign all complete and related documents.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 29 is to grant authority for Public Works Division for environmental planning and assistance to apply for Kentucky Litter Abatement Grant for 2023 and authorize Judge Executive to sign all related documents.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Next item is to approve determination, the amount of $28,996 to McGee Company for a 30,000 vehicle lift. This lift will assist in repairs and maintenance on vehicles. 3 quotes received, and this is the lowest and best quote. And do I have a motion to approve? Do I have questions? Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if it pleases you guys, we'll go back to item number 27. It's to approve a determination in the amount of $3,522 to Dell for a laptop computer for the Administrative Office of Warren County Parks Department, Dell Master Contract that's already been read. We already have a motion and a second, but we have a question, Mr. Comer.
Just curious why the cost was as high as it is, you know, $3,500, just.
Yes, the computer cost is high. What we're doing is, as a department, we're no longer using desktop computers. We're moving everything to laptops. And so with that cost, it's the docking station, keypad, and then also the connection pieces to have dual screen with regular screens. And so the price increase for the KPC pricing has gone up about 25% in regards to the Dell contract. So we have all pretty much Dell items. So that's why we've requested that Dell computer. It's to replace a training computer that's out of service. It just couldn't be repaired. It was more expensive to repair it than it was to replace it.
So just curious, how many laptops now do we have for the County Parks Department?
System-wide, we're up to about 35 laptops. We use them at all of our facilities, all of our key fob system, our scheduling system. All 22 of our managers have laptops. Our assistant managers have laptops, and then for each of our facilities, they average about 2 to 3 based on our key fob and point of sales. So we've gotten away from all desktop usage.
One of the things that you might share with, not now, but you might go ahead and plan at the first of the year, kind of show everyone what you do with these computers in the way of scheduling and changing things around and rain dates and notifications and so forth. It's pretty impressive. I know most of this court already understands that, but there'll be a couple of changes.
I think we're going to hopefully be on the agenda on the 26th for a brief presentation. And with the systems that you all have enabled us to utilize, we can throw it up as part of that. We can share some information with you, which is great. It's available to the public. And being able to have that portability of laptops makes it to where if we do have something go down, or if we do have an event, just like this one, you can do a whole lot more with them than the desktops. So.
Okay. Any other questions? There being none, please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McCord.
Thank you, Chris. Item number 31, grant authority to advertise for bids for a right-of-way mowing for Warren County roads and a portion of I-65. Motion by Squire Lawrence. Second, Squire McWhorter. Discussion.
Josh, I guess is this because of our just continued labor shortage on our mowing staffs that we're looking at potentially farming this out to third-party vendors? Is that the reason for this?
Yes, we've been in some discussions just trying to brainstorm ways to be a little more efficient. Obviously, it's difficult to keep a labor staff, and the cost of operation continues to grow. Equipment's high, fuel's high. So one of the components, we're doing some analyzation internally on what the true cost is for us to do this mowing, but also we need to get an idea what the costs for a private contractor to do this work as well. So this is kind of the first step to a bigger conversation that we still need to have. But with the other component of Beautify 65 is the possibility that the county may issue a contract to do kind of some additional mowings on I-65 between the two gateways that you all know. One's been constructed on the south, one going to the north. It's about a 10.5, 11-mile stretch of road. I know that the intent is to get more frequent mowings in addition to what Chris and the Parks guys are doing on the interchanges. So what we thought we would do is try to bundle these things together, try to get the best price possible, see what it looks like, and then we'll come back and have a fairly detailed discussion I feel like we'll have with some of you guys on what's the best avenue that we need to take moving forward. But also knowing that we're in mowing contracts through this rest of this mowing season, we want to get it now so we can have the discussions over the fall. And should we go in this direction or any part of this direction, we'll be ready by next mowing season.
Okay.
Hey, Josh, does the state not, they do the I-65,
Not
correct?
since we didn't beautify 65.
Correct. The state, KYTC has a mowing contract for the interstate as well as all of their other state highways. They mow I-65 actually more frequently than they mow a lot of other roads because some previous agreements we've had. They're usually 4 or 5 times a year. But I think with all the improvements that the city and county and Operation Pride have done along I-65.
And the CVB.
And the CVB, that's right. We would hate to have these really
good-looking, well-manicured interchanges and have months go by with lack of mowing in between. So this was going to kind of accentuate the work that we've already done and kind of provide a more visually appealing and hopefully attractive to folks to want to stop here when they're driving up and down I-65.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Okay.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 32 is to approve the 2021 property tax settlement for the Warren County Sheriff's Department. They've collected and distributed $90,138,445.93 so far.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Young. It's important to note also that out of this $90,138,445.93, a very small percentage of that, as you can see on the breakdown, is Warren County. Significant portion goes to the state. Certainly the school systems have a big portion, and all the taxing districts, and a lot of this is also in the dues for the fire departments. So just wanted to make sure you all noted that. Out of that 90 million, I think it's maybe 16 goes to the county. So it's, so don't try to spend 90 million. Not that you would. All righty. We have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is to approve Order 2216, reappointing Harold McGuffey, Christian Volkert, Robert Pitchford, and Eric St. John to the Bowling Green Warren County Airport Board.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 34 is to approve Resolution 2226, accepting the report for the County Attorney's Office Bad Check Division.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman. Esquire
Yes, ma'am.
McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 35 is to approve Resolution 2225, implementing the tax rate for Warren County for fiscal year 2022-2023 on real property at 14.5 cents per $100 of assessed value, 18.62 cents per $100 of assessed value on property, on personal property, and 16.2 cents on per $100 for assessed value on motor vehicles and watercraft, and 0.00025 cents for franchise bank deposit taxes. And these are all consistent with, and the same, well, actually, personal tax went down a little bit. The rest of them are the same. So we have a motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, item number 36 is to approve Resolution 2228, implementing tax rates for the Warren County Library at real property 3.9 cents per $100 per Personal property, 4.72 cents per $100. Motor vehicle, 4.3. The Warren County Soil Conservation District at real property, 0.0025. Warren County Health Department at real property, 2.9, and personal property at 2.9, and motor vehicles at 2.9. And for the Warren County Extension Office in real property at 0.60 cents per $100, and tangible personal property at 0.80 cents per $100, and tangible inventory at 0.80 as well. We have a motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or question? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 37 is to approve change order number 1 in the amount of a negative $389,500.56 to or from Scott Murphy and Daniel LLC for the road department facility. This modifies the contract amount to reflect the direct purchase of material by the owner and sales tax savings.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions?
It's rarely we get a chance to vote on a
Reduction.
negative number reduction on a construction project. So my hat's off to Scott and Murphy for making this happen for us.
I agree. That's great. Any other comments, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young. Esquire
Yes, ma'am.
Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Item number 38 is to approve termination in the amount of $6,060 to Yeager Materials for 200 tons of sand to top dress 8 ball fields at Buchanan Park. 3 quotes were received, and this was the lowest and best quote.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter. Second. Second by Squire Cummings. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 39 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2247, rezoning property located at 0 Freeport Road from agriculture to heavy industrial, containing approximately 300.05 acres and presently owned by Talgareg Farm Partnership LLP and all.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Young. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 40 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2248, rezoning property located at the intersection of Smiths Grove, Scottsville Road, and Martinsville Road from agriculture to residential estate, containing approximately 5.13 acres and presently owned by JS Property Holdings LLC. Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 41 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2249, rezoning property located at 0 Louisville Road from agriculture to residential estate, containing approximately 5.34 acres and presently owned by Gary Allen Hunt. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 42 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2250, rezoning property located at 0 Glasgow Road and 0 Loving Road from agriculture and residential estate to single-family residential containing approximately 58.939 acres and presently owned by C&T Properties, LLC. Motion by Squire Payne. Second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence. Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 43 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2251, rezoning property located at 3720 H.E. Johnson Road from agriculture to residential estate containing approximately 5.039 acres and presently owned by co-administrators of the estate of Deborah Key Howell and Larry Glenn Howell, David D. Gammon, and Elizabeth Ann Roddy.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Young. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 44 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2252, rezoning property located at 312 and 362 Collett Road from residential estate to single-family residential containing approximately 2.3945 acres and presently owned by Robert and Glenda Hurt, Lot 1, and Jonathan and Layla Elder, Lot 2.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 45 is to approve the 211 report for July of 2022. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 46 is to approve agreement with Warren County Conservation District for the soil erosion control program in the amount of $25,000, and this is paid for through stormwater management. Motion by Squire Young. Second, by Squire Payne. Discussion. Questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 47 is to approve agreement with Warren County Conservation District for the dead stock removal program in the amount of $20,000, and this is paid for through stormwater management as well. Motion by Squire Young. Second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion, questions?
This is one of the most significant things we do for Warren County. People don't realize removing dead stock is a big deal, so, and the extension office does a good job with this too, so good program.
It is. It surely is. Any other comments, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 48 is approve annual payment in the amount of $20,995 to Conexus, formerly AlertSense, for an annual mass notification system. This is used by parks, sheriff, and emergency management departments.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Chris, that would be something good to, I don't know if you want to demonstrate it, but share with everyone next time. All right, thank you. Item number 49 is to approve determination in the amount of $1,875 to Diamond Equipment for a bucket for the stormwater mini excavator. This is a single source provider paid for by stormwater management.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? I assume this is a single source provider because it's common to the vehicle, to the tractor it's being put on, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Anymore, it seems like you buy any brand piece of equipment, their fittings only work with their attachments, and that's what we have here.
Well, that's what I assumed. I just wanted to ask.
You're correct.
All right.
You're right.
Thank you. All right. Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 50 is to approve determination in the amount of $17,020 to Iron Lot LLC for trench boxes for stormwater management. 3 quotes were received, and this is the lowest and best quote, and this is paid for through stormwater management. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire
Yes,
Lawrence.
ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 51 is to accept the only responsive bid for topsoil material for Beautify 65 improvements from Dirt Cheap at the submitted price of $100 per load. This road department will haul the work to the site, but they'll load it for us, right? Okay. Motion to approve? Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Okay. Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 52 is to approve the performance guarantee savings report by Energy Systems Group.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions?
Judge, let's say that they guaranteed, $800-something thousand after year 3, and we're at $1 million something, so $220,000, almost $250,000 above what they guaranteed savings to the taxpayer. So it was a great investment on our part to go to that more efficient lighting and control. So
Was the lighting the biggest savings out of all of the?
I think
it was. I mean, I think it was the quickest payback.
that was the quickest payback, but I think our increase in HVAC helped as well, being able to monitor that better for that. So
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
you got it.
All right.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 53 is to approve leasing 2 new Ford F-150 trucks from Enterprise in the amount of $835.26 per month per vehicle for the 60-month lease terms. This replaced the 2 trucks ordered in 2021 that were canceled due to supply chain issues. And the new trucks will be to replace a current F-150 truck and a Chevrolet Silverado that Enterprise plans to sell on selling and putting proceeds of the sales toward the new truck leases. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes,
Esquire Payne. Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 54 is to grant authority to advertise for replacement fencing on the west side boundary of Griffin Park property line. Current fencing is old and falling apart. Motion by Squire McWhorter. Second by Squire Gorman. Discussion, questions?
Chris, are we gonna, is it on the property line or is the fence completely on us? I mean, obviously, we're getting quotes as all this is proposal today is for quotes only, but is that gonna be any cost sharing with any of these adjacent landowners?
Not right now. It's on the county parks property. There's about a 4 to 6 foot distance. We always try to kind of keep it on our side, you know, from a responsibility standpoint. So we're gonna look at replacing that feet from Smallhouse Road exit all the way to I-165. That fence is in a state of disrepair, and then over the course of the next year, we'll be bringing several other sections similar adjacent to landowners that we've had some concerns with through them, try to hit it as funds allow.
But now, didn't we agree that we were going to move the fence a little closer to the property line?
We are. We're going to elevate the fence an additional 2 feet to help out with the issues that we've had. We're going to move the fence over to where we basically will have a 24-inch buffer from the individual's property line to ours to get a little bit closer per request of the homeowner. And the fencing material is going to be 9 gauge, not 11. 11 gauge fencing for security purposes just doesn't hold up like 9 gauge does. A little bit thicker, a little bit tougher to get around, and it's a better investment, I think, for all of us.
Any other questions?
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne. Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 55 is accept the only bid received from Clark Beverage Group for vending services at the Warren County Parks and Recreation properties. And this doesn't include the concession areas. These are just the vending machines, right?
Yes, sir.
So moved.
Okay. Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 56 is to approve determination in the amount of $3,841.23 to NCTC for installation of additional Wi-Fi receivers and connectors to the existing system at Moore Park and to allow for Wi-Fi internet connections at the top and bottom of the Soapbox Derby track for the upcoming National Derby Rally races. This is a single source provider.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Payne. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne. Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, number 57 is to approve fourth quarter financial report for Warren County. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we go to item number, it looks like we should be going to 59, but since there is no 59, we'll go to 60.
She wanted to speed it up. She wanted to speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, she's doubling up time here. That's good. Item number 60, as noted on your agenda, is to approve grant agreement between Warren County and National Corvette Museum for $100,000 funded through the ARPA federal grants. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence. Esquire
ma'am.
Young. Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 61 is to approve a grant agreement between Warren County and L&N Depot Rail Museum for $100,000 funded through ARPA funds, and it's the same as the others. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
The next item is to approve the claims. Will the treasurer please present the claims to the court?
General Fund, $962,494. Road Fund, $166,877. Jail Fund, $531,876. Stormwater Fund, $56,321. ARPA Grant Fund, $361,665. LGEA Fund, $22,500. E911 Fund, $14,443. And Fed Forfeiture Fund, $1,178. If you have to answer any questions.
Make a motion, we play the claims as submitted.
Motion by Squire Young to pay claims as submitted. Second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Lawrence. Esquire Young. Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Sheriff, you have anything you'd like to share?
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Yates?
Thank you, Judge.
Jailer Harmon is not on here today. At least I don't see him. Okay. Mr. Comer?
I want to thank Sheriff Hightower and the Sheriff's Office for helping us with our issues we've had in the last 60 days. They've done a great job. They've located several folks. Also wanted to thank Fiscal Court for supporting our security upgrades. 2 nights ago, we were able to actively deter somebody at 3:30 a.m. in the morning with our new system. And so the system is working, and we greatly appreciate your support. We continue to identify areas that we need to shore up our security, and so we're doing that as we speak. And then also I want to thank Josh Moore, the road department, Billy Joel, and CJ for helping us with our soil reclamation projects on exits 22, 26, and 28. It's going to be a great partnership. We could not have done it without their support. We plan on starting on Monday, and we're hoping to be out and done and completed within 5 to 10 days. So we greatly appreciate their support.
Thank you so much, Chris. Mr. Moore?
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Pearson, I think I saw you. There you are. Hey, hey, Ronnie.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Mr. Loving is not here. Miss Lewis. Okay. No one's here from contractors licensing.
Oh, Holly's here.
Of course.
Holly Warren.
Oh, hi. So, hiding back there on the back row. Do you have anything that you'd like to share? Okay, thank you. I was looking around for Bob. Not going to see him here anymore, am I? Mr. Peterson isn't here. Rachel, I see you back here hiding. Anything today? Mr. Markram is not with us today.
He's on a great trip out west, so been following his escapades on his bike trip out there. They're supposed to be back in town sometime tomorrow. So
cool, very cool. All right, Squire Cummings, do you have anything to share?
No, I'm glad you went to me first because usually I go long, but no, I'm good. Just want to invite all the TriStar, all the event at Beach Bend this weekend. That people be patient, as there are a lot of cool cars in town, and
there are.
The citizens of Warren County want to see some great history. Go out to Beach Bend and look at those vehicles. They're just magnificent out there. So.
Yeah, the 55, 56, and 57, you actually don't have to go out to Beach Bend to see them. They are all over the area. But if you really want to see a concentration of them, you can go out there or to any of the hotels. Yeah. It's amazing.
And it's great that it brings that kind of economic impact into Warren County and all of our local companies and restaurants and gas stations and everybody.
It's great.
Significant contribution.
Tourism is, if you rated it from one industry to another, it's one of our biggest industries collectively with all the different.
And I got two more small things. I want to especially thank Chris and them for getting the Wi-Fi stuff set up out at Fillmore Park. The NDR had a rally race this weekend to test everything for the nationals that are coming up. And there'll be cars coming from probably 45 of the states in the United States come into Bowling Green on Labor Day weekend to race for the national championship here. So, but everything went well. The system worked great and it was good. So
good deal.
And then especially to Josh Moore. Josh is probably I don't know, he's the tool that gets everything done in Warren County. If you want anything done and something goes wrong, like this morning we were having troubles with the internet and some stuff here for a meeting, and Josh is the guy that he's like I don't know what you want to call him. He's a tool that can do anything and everything. So I just want to publicly acknowledge him and the great work that he does. So
how much are you paying for this, Josh?
Stop trying to get equipment.
No, Josh does a great job. I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Squire Young.
Thank you, Judge. Just want to remind everyone, school is back in session. Buses are on the road. Be careful. Watch out for the kids. And Billy Joe, I know, is doing all he can do to trim the trees back for the school buses to get down the county road without knocking the mirrors off. So just a reminder, kids are out.
Squire McWhorter?
It's all good, sir.
Okay. Notice we lost a good friend last week, Jody Wilson. We certainly, our thoughts and prayers are his family, all the Robertson family out in off Louisville Road area toward Oakland. They're good people. Jody's had a rough time in recent years, and certainly our thoughts and prayers are with his family. All right, Squire Payne.
Judge, I don't have anything. I'm just holding my water bill back till we get
All right. Squire Lawrence.
I'm not going to continue to punish my friend here, Tony Payne. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate you.
All righty. Squire Gorman.
I'll keep it brief. Judge, just two things. Wanted to wish one of my favorite constituents, Emery Rose Parrish, a happy 6th birthday yesterday. My little angel sent to us from heaven. And also, yeah, again to Josh, I mean, just fantastic use of the technology by having the judge use a cell phone and put on speaker. I don't know how you come up with those ideas. It's great. That's it.
And just, I forgot one small thing. I don't want to jump in the
Judge.
The 20th of August is the Boyce Summer Picnic Barbecue thing. It's going to be a big deal out at Boyce. It starts at 5 o'clock. We'll go to about 8 o'clock that night. So it's out at Boyce at their annual barbecue and summer event. So.
Boyce Barbecue, August 20th, what time?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
5 to 8.
5 o'clock. Okay. Did you have anything else, Squire Gorman?
No, sir. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Ms. Milliken? Mr. Burrow?
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Hale?
Thank you, Judge.
Judge Smith?
Thank you, Judge.
All righty. The couple of quick things. Our next fiscal court meeting is Friday, August 26th at 9 o'clock here. I did want to mention we lost another good friend a week or so ago, Mr. Don Chardine. All of you all know Don Chardine with Auto Parts, Napa Auto Parts. He's been a real fixture in our community for so many years and is one of the nicest guys you've ever met. He passed away. They've already had his funeral and celebration of life a couple of nights ago. but a lot of people thought a lot of Mr. Chardon, of course, his entire family. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Chardon family. And I want to wish someone who's really special in my life a happy birthday. My wife is turning 39 on the 17th of August, just a couple of days from now. And she, even though her birthday is not until the 17th, she starts celebrating on the 1st and goes through the 31st. So it's her month.
Send her some flowers, Judge.
Yeah, I will indeed. I will indeed. Oh, that's the same day. That's right. I always remember that on Ellen's birthday each year, on her 39th birthday, it's Terry and Brenda Hale's 39th wedding anniversary. And so happy anniversary, Brenda.
How many years is it really, Brenda?
59.
59, wow. Okay.
How many?
59.
59. You
Pretty
got married
amazing.
when you were like 12? Wow, it's Kentucky. All right. All righty. Is there any other business to be brought before this body? Being done, we have a motion to adjourn by Squire Tom Lawrence and a second by Squire Tony Payne.